Good morning and welcome to your Drag and Drive News, the source for news and entertainment in the Drag and Drive community. Guys, in this episode on December 17th, 2022, we'll recap some of the built for drag and drive vehicles we have featured throughout the year. We'll go over the racer survey of the 2022 season. Then we're going to dive into a quick map of the 2023 drag and drive events that I already have on my list. I'm telling you, we are spreading out across the country. And finally, a run through of motivational posters created from Drag and Drive Racer comments on a few different posts. It's going to be a fun one. This is going to be a good show, guys. Make sure you hit the like button and ask some questions as you jump in here. Whew, sorry, it's a little early this morning. Let's go. All right, guys, starting out with our Built for Drag and Drive segment brought to you by our friends at Sweet Patina. Guys, this segment focuses on vehicles that were built with a drag and drive mentality. Overdrive transmissions, cup holders, and reliability are the name of the game here. The team at Sweet Patina are car guys through and through, and they drive a 57 wagon all across the country. And they make products for us car guys, from the TKO hand cleaning wipes to the happy ending detail spray. They have products and apparel for you. Here's the thing. Use code DND57 for a discount at checkout at sweetpatina.com. But they are taking off from 12/21 through the first of the year. So if you are placing orders, you need to do it now, today. Today's the 17th. You've got the 18th, 19th, and 20th. To place your order and get it shipped to you. That should get it to you in time for Christmas. So sweetpatina.com, discount code DND57. Here is a quick video that I shot, or that I put together last night, of a recap of the cars that we have covered throughout the year. And guys, I have awesome news. The team at Sweet Patina has signed up to support this segment for 2023. We have huge plans. We were talking about them the last couple weeks with them about what we want to do with the brand. We're actually coming out with some apparel for it and all that kind of stuff. It's going to be a lot of fun. I am going to visit builders of these cars. I'm going to do ride-alongs in the cars at events. We're really going to dive off into what it takes to build a car for drag and drive. That is what this entire segment is about. That's what all these cars are about. That's what we love and all that kind of stuff, okay? Built for drag and drive. Thank you so much to Sweet Patina for signing up and coming on for another year. Guys, a lot of these cars, it's really crazy to think that they weren't even cars the year before that, and people built them specifically to come out and compete in these events. And now everybody has these cars blown apart, putting them back together in time for Sick Week and some of the events that are coming up, which I've got a map coming up that's going to blow your mind. So again, the last chance to get some awesome Christmas gifts from the Sweet Patina team, use code DND57. They're shipping orders all weekend and Monday. So if you want anything for your car guy or girl, you need to jump over on sweetpatina.com. using code DND57 for a discount at checkout. All right, guys, let's move to the second topic. Hang on. Let's back up. Let's look at some comments, because there are a bunch this morning already. You guys are up and at 'em this morning. We got 815 in here. I want to talk about him for a second. He is coming on as a co-host for the Drag and Drive show, which is going to be Wednesday nights at 7 p.m. Central. Oh, man, we got folks in Six Summer. Got people saying good morning. Just got into sixth summer. Jay Blanchard was on the other night. If you guys missed it, he was on the first ever Drag and Drive show on Wednesday. Oh yeah, right here. Rowdy, AC and power windows. That's the way to go, man. I'm telling you. Ken, oh dude, you're up early or up late? I don't know. I don't know what it is. What time is it over there in the UK right now? And he posted yesterday that there will be an event, a second event for the UK coming up next year, which is exciting for those guys. And then Colt Beck, yes, cup holders are life for the people. And there's a question that was on the survey that we'll go over next. I don't know how people do it without cup holders. I like to keep my stuff right in the middle. Yeah, watched the PRI video last night. Yep, good stuff. Oh man, we got all kinds of comments rolling in here. Holy jeez, I can't even keep up with them. Yep, have a great weekend. Thank you, sir. It was great to see you at PRI. Yes, there was so much there. I'm sure. Now, guys, you see the Facebook user again. This is StreamYard within the Drag and Drive Addiction group. If you allow permission to them, they will show your name on this. That's why some people have names on Facebook and some don't. AC full exhaust 6-speed overdrive trans 25 miles a gallon on E85. Geez, that is absolutely insane. All right, guys, here we go. I got somebody looking forward to their first event. That's exciting. Let's jump into this survey. This is something that we put together. It's about 20 questions, and it's still kind of floating around out there, but I'm slowly dwindling down the posts that were out there. So we asked Drag and Drive fans to answer a few questions about their 2022 season. Here are a few things that stuck out from the responses. Of course, a Turbo 400 is the number one transmission of choice, but 30% of the people that answered use a Turbo 400. That's pretty insane to me. 71% of the cars have cup holders. 9% say that their car will have cup holders for 2023. So that makes me wonder, what do you other 20% of people do without a cup holder? I really don't understand where you put that. Like, do you just not drink anything while you drive? Do you stick it between your legs? Do you throw it in the floor? Or if you throw it in the floor, it gets hot. Like, what do you do? Tell me. If you are without a cup holder, let me know how you drink your fluids in the car, because you have to stay hydrated, guys. That's one of our, survival tips. Only one person out of all of the answers were not planning to attend a Drag and Drive event in 2023. That is insane. Now, maybe they don't know that there are so many Drag and Drive events already set up and everywhere across the country in 2023. Maybe they got something going on. Maybe they're putting a car together again. I don't know, but one person out of all the answers was no, and that was pretty amazing. So hopefully, I'm sure they will come around, and once they start getting a little bit of FOMO of all their friends going out and do that, going out and participating in an event, they will jump in on one, because there's going to be a lot of regional events this year too. We'll talk about that in a minute. 32% of the respondents traveled more than 1,000 miles to the starting point of an event. I say that for two things. One, I know that's probably sick week was a lot of those answers, because it's in Florida and that's a big travel for a lot of us folks. But if I pulled the sick week out, there were still 20 or 30 people that had traveled more than 1,000 miles to get started on these. So I'm saying that to tell the promoters, expand your reach, because people will travel for the right event. They will come out and do whatever they will come out to attend, right? This choice was this answer was multiple choice, so you could pick what you traveled for any event. Red Hat Scotty picked every one of them because he traveled to at least 3 or 4 events this year. 3, I think. The next most popular reply was 150 to 300 miles. So when we look at the map in a few minutes, I want you guys to think about for promoters too, but also for you guys, the map of your available Drag and Drive events for 2023 is greatly expanding. The count of events is expanding, but also the areas that we are going to see these in. We're going to open up to an entirely new group of people that have probably never even heard of Drag and Drive, and now they're going to find out about it, because there's going to be 150 to 300 cars driving right past their small town or their neighborhood. 25% of the people that replied said 2022 was their first year to compete in a Drag and Drive event. that's pretty amazing. I think that's we are moving in the right direction. We are trending the right way. We need a lot of people. We need more people to come to this community and enjoy what we all enjoy. 64% of us pull a trailer. I'm one of those guys. 34% of us yard sale. I don't know. You guys are nuts. Absolutely insane. I think you probably need to do that at least one time. And then 10% of us use a basket. Now, I know that doesn't add up to 100% because some people answered a couple different ways because they did 2 or more events. So keep that in mind in some of these answers. 94% stayed in a hotel or motel, 12% camped, and 8% stayed in an RV. So it's pretty amazing to think that everybody, I mean, think of the financial stimulus to an area, a racetrack area, because that's where we're going, that comes from 94% of 300 people staying in a local hotel now or motel. That doesn't mean, so say you have 300 cars, that's probably 400 people. I mean, we're talking like 350 people are now coming into an area, staying at a hotel or motel. Guys, that's awesome. That is a huge influx of financial, I don't know, bump for a local community. And the racetrack areas aren't in gigantic cities a lot of times. So as we move into 2023, I hope promoters are thinking more about, hey, how are we financially benefiting these areas that we're coming into? Because if we can get some cities on board, like Matt has done with Great Bend, who knows what we can accomplish as these events get larger, as the spectator group gets larger for this kind of stuff, because people want to come out. They want to see people driving their race cars. They want to see what it takes to do this. They want to come out and talk to racers and all that kind of stuff. So that's the survey. I appreciate everyone that has taken the 2 minutes to submit it. I will have another one moving into January. I'm putting it together now that is more of a, what are you doing to prep for 2023 season? Things like that. Okay. Let's go to some comments, see what everybody's talking about. Perfect. Here we go. All right. Yep. Looking forward to our first event. We had that one a few minutes ago. Whoa. Sorry, guys. The camera is not liking me this morning. It sees the beard is all out of whack. Oh, man. Here we go. Andrew, 750 average or bust. Let's go. That's what I'm talking about. I love the 750 class too. It's 2 p.m. here. If you heard earlier, we were talking to Ken. It's 2 p.m. Actually calling this UK event the first drag and drive, as the ones many years back have mostly been forgotten. Oh, perfect. Yes. Yes. I really wish I had more time off from work and I would come to that. I'm going to struggle because we're going to talk about events next. You guys are going to understand the struggle I am in. So we may talk about that at the end of the episode as well. Perfect. Yep. One of those beer hats. Yep. Small cooler in the back seat for all the goodies. That's a good idea. If you have the placement, a small cooler right here is good. And then a big cooler in the trunk or on the trailer is always the way to go, because then your co-pilot can pop in and out of coolers, keeping you hydrated. Oh, hey, right here, this Facebook user is making cup holders today. We normally put water bottles between the seat and the tunnel. That is a great way for that water to get hot. That's why I like the 8-ounce bottles, because you can take those out of the cooler, slam them, wad them up, throw them in the floor. You need a snackle box. That's exactly right. Yeah. That Canadian Chuck Norris, aka Rich Guido, certainly set some travel records all the time in his car, or most of the trips in his car. But also Rovic from the Yukon. He drove his car 12 or 1,300 miles after coming across the border. And so I think he said he had right at 8,000 or 9,000 miles just for his 6-week event. He competed in 3 national events, and he is from the Yukon, which is way up by Alaska. So he did some serious travel this year in the Olds 442. Love that guy. Look forward to seeing him in a couple months here at Sick Week. Yes. So Eric White, definitely looking forward to attending and helping cover as many 2023 events as he can. Listen, I've been on him hard. He went to PRI with us. You guys need to jump over and follow his channel, 815 LSX Swaps. Make sure that he attends an event this year. How many people answered the survey? As of right now, 220 answered the survey. I feel like we will have a few more struggle in the last little bit here. And then Ethan, looking forward to his first event in 2023. Oh yeah, here we go. Here we go. Pat Cook, Mr. Grom, right here. Both trips for Race Week were 1,000+ miles for me. Race Week next fall is 1,000 miles in Texas. Next fall. Race Week getting in Texas next year. Do you know something I don't know? Do you know about an event? All right, here we go. And then I love all the weekend events showing up. It's a lot easier to attend them with work, and I can attend more of them. That's exactly right. So let's jump into event stuff. That is a perfect segue. Oh, hang on. Here we go. Mike Moore says we will be racing to raise money for homeless at Sick Week and now Sick Summer. I'm excited to talk about that. Your video actually comes out today from our interview at PRI. So let's jump into events, guys. This is a fun one right here. I'm going to pull the picture up and overlay over me. If I lose sound, let me know. So here's the deal. All of the yellow spots are national level events, which are 4 or more day events. The blues are regional events, which are 3 and lower events. There's one right up here. You can't see it, but up behind the 1620 or the time there in the corner, there's one up there that is actually new. It's the BC Drag It Challenge. Just found out about it this week. They don't have tracks announced yet, but it is the middle of June. And then, of course, we have Miles of Mayhem there in the middle. We have really, I should have figured out some way to give you guys a marker here. So in the California, we have Redwood Rally. Death Week is there in Las Vegas. I feel like it's going to be the week after SEMA. There hasn't been anything set in stone yet for there. And then, of course, you've got Pueblo for Race Week, which is in September. Hang on, let me get back to my notes here. Let's start at the top. We'll work our way down the list through the 2023 events. And guys, there are already 18 on this list. So we have Sick Week kicking the year off at February 12th through 17th, starting and ending in Orlando, Florida. Southeast Street and Yeet at Shadyside Dragway, April 4th through 8th. Then you have our event, or my event, the circuit at Joplin, Missouri, April 14th through 16th. You have Cruise and Lose in central Nebraska. Now, those guys are getting back to me today or tomorrow on the exact tracks that will be used for that event, but they say central Nebraska. And right now, the prospective dates is April 21st and 22nd. You have Carolina Drag Cruise at Greer, South Carolina. That's May 10th through 14th. Then you have a King of the Open Road that's in May or June. Now, here's the reason I know about it, because of an award we're going to talk about in a few minutes that is coming from the circuit that will also get you into King of the Open Road. And that is most likely going to start at Oklahoma City or be somewhere close. It is a regional event, Friday, Saturday, Sunday type deal as well. Sick Summer in Byron, Illinois. BC Drag It Challenge, June 15th through 19th. Again, got to find out where that's at. Rocky Mountain Race Week begins in Great Bend, Kansas, and it's June 24th through 30th. Then we have Summit Midwest Drags, which you guys know I'll be at. I'll be on the microphone. I'll be on the live stream. It will be the best live stream of any drag and drive event in the nation, guaranteed. Not just because I'm on it, but because of the planning we're doing for it now. Nostalgia Nights at Bunker Hill, Indiana, August 17th through 19th, another regional event. I don't know where Hot Rod Drag Week is. I know everybody saw the Rockingham post from Rockingham Dragway, but I don't know where they start and end yet. So I'll reach out to Keith Turk. I don't know if he'll tell me, but maybe he'll give us an idea, a region. Maybe he'll give us a state, something like that. Redwood Rally, Redding, California, September 26th through 30th. Now, the folks that are going to compete in that and do Race Week, you're going to have a hard time because Race Week starts in Pueblo on September 30th. So same start date. It's going to be a little rough, but I think we'll probably see some people cross over. I'm really, really, really excited about the Redwood Rally in California because that is a West Coast event. If it doesn't sell out in 4 minutes, I'm going to be really pissed at all you West Coast guys. that complain and complain and complain all the time. This event needs to happen. Redding, California, Redwood Rally. Check it out on Facebook. They are a super nice group. The person behind it owns a track, so he knows what's going on with drag racing, all that kind of stuff. Should be really, really well put together. Carolina Drag Cruise Fall is in North Carolina, and it's early October based on what Michael Lone said last night. Then we've got Death Week, which I think, again, is going to be the week after SEMA. There's been no dates set out in the world yet. And then Southeast Street and Yeet in North Carolina in November. That will be the second event for them next year. And then King of the Open Road, again, in November. Message back and forth with Jared a little bit yesterday. He was asking about dates kind of around that time and any local events. Now, that is 18 events that I know about. I know King of the Open Road team is planning for more than 2 events, but I don't have any guarantees. I'm going off the fact that they did 2 events last year or for 2022, and they did one in 2021 in November. So I'm kind of using some, I don't know, guessing really. But when Jared and I talked a couple weeks ago, there was already, they had planned for 6. So I don't know where they're at. I only have 2 on the map that you guys are looking at. So you can see I'm working through this. I'm really working on a way to make this a post that is pinned to the page with links to each event. So give me some time. I'm working through all of that and getting all of that set up, but it will come. And I'm really excited for what 2023 is going to bring as far as events. It's going to be absolutely insane. So let's talk about some comments from folks that are running through all of these here. We got a couple of people saying this morning, yep, the smaller events are so much fun. Had a blast at Coder. That's right. I like these events because there's a lot of guys like me and anyone out here that likes to do the national stuff, but also say you maybe only get to do 2 of those a year. We're literally talking about a way for you to do 4 or 5 a year like Red Hat Scotty did. And then let's see, we got Duck Hunter TV right here. So we'll be at Sick Week for sure. We'll see you there. Colt Beck, we got some stuff talking about him and the Send It Race Media here in just a second. And then, oh yeah, talking good morning to everybody else. And then Facebook user here says Cruise and Lose is Kearney, Nebraska and Pacific Junction, Iowa. So I'll get that up. That is the small blue star there in Nebraska, probably getting started now. It'll change, obviously, once we land. Once I figure out where Kearney is within that state. Again, these are all starting ending points. So if you're looking at this and you live somewhere in the country and you're like, oh man, I want to go there. Now you see the 4 stars there in North Carolina. I hope we can see some of that as we go throughout the year, kind of stars jumbling up in other spots, good parts of the country. One thing I did like about all of this is you can see just the spread. Now, I don't have the 2022 up here, but it was nothing like this. Like the furthest west was the one there in Kansas. There was nothing on the other side of the state. So what's the blue star in Indy? That is Nostalgia Nights. That's August 17th through 19th. Again, I'll be there as well. It's an 8th mile event. I'm excited about it. It's at Bunker Hill Dragway. It's about an hour and a half north of Indy, I think. Right here. Yeah. Hopefully the Yardbird will make a late 2023 race. Oh man. Rich Guido right here. Morning, gents. Crazy 18 events. No excuses. Amazing. We need to figure out how to get Rich Guido to go full-time drag and drive. With his podcast, that may be an option. Those guys are growing like crazy. The Clutch Burners podcast on Facebook, put together by the Stick Shift Nation. You guys have to watch that. I'm not really much of a stick shift guy, so every time I get on there, I learn a bunch. Now, they've got 6 or 7 episodes out right now. It's great stuff. Yeah, more stick shift classes, that's for sure. And then I don't know what this question was about. Yep. Oh, man. Person just signed up for Six Summer. Yep, that registration opens today at 10 a.m. Eastern, unless you filled out the expression of interest form, and then you get in a few hours early, kind of the plan there for them. Whew. I've been talking a bunch, guys. Just right up to it. I woke about 15 minutes before this started. So we've got a few minutes here. Let's talk about awards that I think are going to be fun. That's what I love about these kind of events, and hosting events is coming up with stuff that's a little interesting. So the circuit has a First Broke Award sponsored by the Send It Race Media team. this is a fun one. Now Colt came to me and said, "Hey, I want to be a part of it. What can I do?" They love when people obviously send it. It's in their name. But guys, these guys send it as well. It's absolutely insanity. He's building a car for the event. Here's what they're going to do. The first person to break gets repayment of their entry fee to the circuit, which is $225, and free entry into the following coder event. That's how I know there's an event planned for May or June with King of the Open Road. So you can get repayment. So this event was free. Then you get your next entry in for redemption. That's a great way to do it. I really think that's really neat. We're going to reach out to a couple different parts companies, see if we can get some extra money there as well for people to buy parts. But here's the deal. You can't show up with a broken car and win this thing. You're going to have to at least make a full throttle pass, attempt to make a full throttle pass. I really feel like this event is going to get paid out on day one within the first probably 30 cars to go down the track. This is a award that is exciting because this is the kind of stuff you'll start to see people scatter across different events. Guys, these events are large. You can attend many events a year. So it's not like you have to lock into oh man, I'm only going to do this one. So I think as promoters realize that we have a large enough following within the car community to do these kind of events, we're going to see a lot of this kind of cross promotional stuff. So I'm really excited about this award. I'm glad that he came on and come up with it and brought it to us, and that we're the opportunity to bring it out. Travis Wise made some cups for us. If he's in here this morning or somebody tag him. So we're going to be giving these away at the circuit. I really thought that was really cool. He reached out and wanted to do something. Again, we're raising money for the Northwest Arkansas Children's Shelter at that event with a cruise night and all that kind of stuff. So things like this make a big deal when you're going into raffle items. Our goal for that event is to raise $10,000 in a weekend for the Northwest Arkansas Children's Shelter. So it's going to be a ton of fun. A lot more on that coming out. I really appreciate Travis. I really appreciate Colt and the team at Send It Race Media. And then this is a big change. We have hosted a rally hunt in the past, or a scavenger hunt. Simply Organic Soil, the team with Carl Bright with the white El Camino, they have come on board. They're hosting our scavenger hunt. They're going to support it. So we're going to pay someone's entry as the winning piece and give them a trophy and put together at least 50 items on the list that'll be worth points and coming along. So while you're driving along, not only do you have to worry about directions, now you get to participate in a roadside find scavenger hunt. So I'll be making that loop a couple times before the event to find items that are along the route that we'll be taking to come up with, I don't know, all kinds of stuff. I've got a list. We've hosted this event in the past as a standalone event, and we had 80 items on that list, and it literally came down. There was a 2 or 3 point difference between the winner and second place. So we're going to have a lot of fun. Thank you very much to Carl and the team at Simply Organic Soil for coming on and sponsoring that. So let's talk about, let's go to comments real quick and see what everybody's talking about on these. Oh, the map is still up. Hey, thanks, dude. I appreciate that. I didn't show anybody your picture. Hang on just a second. Let me get this turned off and we'll go back to there we go. Hold on. Sorry. Here's this is hilarious. This is green. And so it shows up. That is so funny. Oh my gosh. I didn't even think about that this morning. Here's the other one. That's hilarious. That's funny. That's amazing. Look at how that's great. So those tumblers are really awesome. Sorry about not having the thought there to pull that down. Yep. Let's see. Yeah. Colt says his money's still on Carl Bright. I don't know. He's been doing pretty good here lately. And then here we go. Rich Guido talking about the podcast a few minutes ago. Yeah, they're having a blast with the podcast. Yeah, first broke, most broke, always broke. Yeah, Rich Guido carries a transmission and rear diff with him, and he changed it at King of the Open Road so he could drive home. It was amazing to watch. I've got that video is coming soon as well. All right, let's talk about entertainment, guys. So I went through. This will become a new segment if we can find a sponsor for it. There are so many memes that come along with the Drag and Drive community, and this is just going to be a time for fun and stories from the community. Kurt Saunders posted in the Drag and Drive Addiction Facebook group. If you haven't joined there, you need to. Asking how many people do these Drag and Drive events strictly for fun and don't get too serious. There were more than 100 comments. It was pretty amazing. So I grabbed a bunch of them and made them into motivational posters. Check this out. This has been pretty fun for me to do, and it's really bringing on a whole new thing that I'm going to start doing all the time. So be careful what you say, because it may be turned into a motivational poster. Now, don't worry. I will be posting those out into the Facebook world and Instagram world. So those are coming. I'm scheduling those every couple hours for the next few days. And as I post those, more people make comments. So then I run over to their page, sneak a couple pics, and put something like that together. I think that is a really fun way to do it. Now, as we go forward with this entertainment segment, I'll collect memes. I'll collect stories from you guys and stuff like that that come in the comments or posts across most of all of the major Facebook Drag and Drive communities. That's the only thing I live in anymore is Drag and Drive. So y'all, I want to say thank you for staying around 30 minutes. That is kind of our limit for this one. We do have a longer format show that is started coming out Wednesday nights, 7 p.m. We'll have rotating guests. Eric White from 815 is going to be a co-host in there. There are a few other guest co-hosts that are coming on. So it's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be in the same format. We're going to open with comments and kind of a lead up of what's happened this last week. It allows us and the guests that, have been on interviews here in the past to come back on and tell a deeper story. I want guests to be on for 30 or 40 minutes, and then we'll rotate to a new guest and all that kind of stuff. The LTX, where do I buy one of these posters? I don't know. We can talk about that for sure. We can figure out what makes sense. That's not a bad idea. I think it would be a lot of fun to give some of these people that poster while they're at events. So here we go. Clutch Burners podcast. Yep. Yeah, they've had Alex Taylor, Cletus, all kinds of people. Jonathan Atkins, that's the guy I was thinking of with Growburn. And then, you should take a trip up here to Canada and check out Miles of Mayhem. That is definitely on my list. I'm planning that. I don't think I have Miles of Mayhem on my list of events yet because I don't think they've maybe posted the dates, but I'll get that added if they have. I didn't think they had. Yep, right here. Thank you very much, Rich. I appreciate it, man. Thank you for coming on. And then 815 LSX swaps. He will check that out. Yes, dude. I'm telling you, he's going to be on here Wednesday night. I got to quit waving my hand in front of the camera, guys. All right, I'm out of here. Y'all, thank you very much for hanging out. We'll see you Wednesday night, 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern, for at least 2 hours of conversation. Bill Spangler is already signed up to be on. Eric is going to be on to help kick us off and get us started and finish the show up. And you don't want to know who else I have planned. So it's going to be a lot of fun. All right, guys, thank you very much. If you haven't done it yet, subscribe to the channel. That's how we keep you guys informed for all of the Drag and Drive news and entertainment coming from our community. See ya.